Hello everybody, Mobius1 here with guest Ticorah.
Hi, I'm here.
And Ticorah does, for those that don't already know, have people in the background in the room with her, so you are going to hear some other voices that you can just ignore for this, because this is Ticorah's prologue for Jewel of Ryloth, long awaited.
Woo, drum roll.
Let me see, actually. Yeah, I'm not even going to take the time to look up how long it's been. I'll just put a little note in the video how long it's been since we did Reese's prologue. And I think we're coming up on a year since we've done Koro's prologue. But the cool thing is, Ticorah's prologue is actually the last one in the series of prologue sessions that I was doing, or that I would plan on doing. So that means after this, we'll be able to all get together as a group and have group sessions, which hopefully will be much more frequent.
How clean do I have to keep this conversation?
Pretty clean. Keep it PG-17.
Alright.
Alright, so I gave everybody that's playing in this campaign, for those of you that don't know, Jewel of Ryloth is a Star Wars role-playing game, which is a Dungeons & Dragons style role-playing game campaign that I am writing currently. And I'm kind of writing it as we go along, so it's very open-ended, but there is a bit of a structure to it. And this is actually everyone in the party's, everyone that's involved in this party's first time playing a Dungeons & Dragons style game. So we're going to be learning together, and it's also my first time being a game master. So I might have to stop and look up a rule or two, but I'll try and edit that out of the video for you guys. But I also gave everybody in the group the option of either coming up with their own character backstory or coming up with a bit of backstory for them. And Tick kind of you wanted me to write something up for her, right?
Yeah.
So I have a little bit of a dialogue here to read to you, but I think it'll be good for you. It'll set the tone and give you a little bit of an idea of who you are and where you're coming from. So, first, the world. It's 9 years after the fateful Battle of Endor, in which the second Death Star and the Emperor were defeated. So it's 9 years after Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
While the Rebel Alliance has recaptured Coruscant and the New Republic has been formed, fighting continues as the remains of the Empire have formed the Imperial Remnant. These remnant forces, while many remain divided and independently operated by prior Imperial admirals, seek to join forces in an attempt to once again pose a serious threat to the New Republic. You were born on the planet Ryloth during the Galactic Civil War. Unfortunately, when you were 14 years old, you were abducted from home and sold into slavery. Fortunately, the man who purchased you was a passing trader named Mathis Dre, who could not bear to see such a young girl enslaved. He raised you on board his cargo freighter, traveling the galaxy and earning an honest living.
All of a sudden, it became very Firefly-like. Go ahead.
I think you'll like it. 2 years ago, while delivering supplies on the planet Mon Calamari, a young Jedi sensed the Force within you, and with Mathis's permission, brought you to Luke Skywalker's Jedi Academy on the planet Yavin 4. So here you have been training in the ways of the Force under most recently Jedi Master Kyle Katarn. You have come quite far in your training, and it has become clear that you are on the path to becoming a wise and powerful Jedi Consular. Today, Kyle has decided it is time for you to earn your first lightsaber.
Ooh. Good, because all I have is a training saber.
Yes. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about your character, using your character sheet there. Just give us like a physical description. Tell us, obviously, it's already said that you're a Jedi Consular, but what kind of abilities you have. Yep.
Okay, so apparently I am female, if you didn't know, and I am very youthful at 24 years of age. I'm not really sure what the ages are for twi'leks, but we'll go with it. My eyes are violet and my skin is blue. And apparently I'm right-handed, despite, my abductions and all. So, let's see. Skill-wise, there's a lot of skills I've...
Yeah, no, you don't have to go through all that, but maybe just do you have any force powers yet? Or what? Because you had to choose a force feat, so you should have... You're a specific type of Jedi right now. What is it?
Force feet alter.
So you have alter abilities. What kind of abilities are those?
That would be things like force light. Oh gosh, there's a ton of them. Affecting mind, draining energy, force grip, force light, force lightning, force strike. I can heal. I have some illusion abilities. I can move objects. And there's like a couple other things. I don't know.
Right. I should probably pull your sheet up also, shouldn't I?
I don't know.
That would be most helpful.
Would that be helpful?
Yeah. Okay, I got it.
I have a special ability where I have low light vision, apparently.
Yeah, so twi'leks can see in conditions that humans, it would be too dark for humans to see.
Well, this is fascinating. Because, we're in space. There's not a lot of light.
Okay, so here we are. We're still on the planet Yavin 4. We are at an old... Kyle Katarn has flown you out to an old Masasi temple that was used for the Rebel Alliance back during the Battle of Yavin. You can see in the hangar. You're in the hangar. This is you, which I'm going to place on the board right here.
Oh, look at me.
Go ahead and move your piece, just so I can see... We can see at home that when you move the piece, I can see it move also. It also snaps to the grid, but you can also kind of put it in half grids.
Yeah, it seems... Let me get the hang of this. I see, okay.
Alright. So we have you marked as green. You have the green bar, and all of those pieces, I know you can see them already off the right side of the board. These are pieces that may or may not be... what I'm going to be used for. Like, I put them there just so I have quick, easy reference to them. But I put more units there than I actually intend on using, just so you don't know ahead of time what you're up against.
Okay.
Okay, so you're here. You were dropped off by Kyle Katarn and told that you are not to leave without your lightsaber.
Oh, wow. Like, no pressure there.
Yep. So this is your last Padawan trial before becoming... Or I guess this is your first... Yeah, it would be a Padawan trial, right? To become a Padawan. So, you are armed, like you said earlier, with a training lightsaber, and you have very limited force powers.
Yes, I'm very, very new.
And that's basically it. You are free to do whatever you would do in real life. The rules, the way D&D works is... There's a very structured system for movement and interacting with things when you're in combat. However, if you're not in combat, you're pretty much free to move as far as you want and do whatever you want, unless I stop you.
Oh. Man, you must really like this. It gives you full control over me.
Well, I'm like...
No wonder you want me to play this.
I'm the storyteller.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to do my best to describe what you see. But you can ask me questions about specific things if you want more detail on something, and I might ask you to roll depending on what you ask me to do. So you're standing in a large hangar. You can see several old starfighters that don't look like they're still operational.
No, they're pretty though.
You can see some doors, some closed stone doors ahead of you. Some look like they're in better condition than others. There's, like, the walls are mossy and just, it looks like a temple that hasn't been used in a long time. That's all you see, basically.
That's it.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
It's very quiet.
So nobody's hanging out in the hangar with me either. So, I mean, since I've been given the wonderful instructions of do or do not, there is no try, in grabbing my lightsaber... I guess I would move forward to investigate the doors and see which way I can gain access the easiest.
Okay, so go ahead and move your token is wherever you would want to move to and stop. If you want to move right up to the door, you can do that. If you want to stop a little bit in front of the door, whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Okay? So... At this range now, you can see this door is very dilapidated.
Is it crumbly?
It's crumbly. Moisture has gotten to it. Parts of it are eroded. But
no moisture evaporators here on Yavin 4.
As a matter of fact, since we're in like the rainforest,
Oh.
so even the walls kind of have like moist.
Thank God I have no
Trickles.
hair as a twi'lek, because it would be
Yeah.
all frizzy here in Humanville.
Yep.
Okay, so I would like to try to go through the door that is in front of me.
Okay. How are you going to do that? Are you going to throw your body into it? Or are you going to attack it with your training saber? How are you going to go through this door?
Well, I guess what I would do first is I would use my body before I would whip out a training saber,
Okay.
and I would test it and see how exactly crumbly it is.
All right. So you're going to just, get a running start and throw your body into it?
Yeah,
Okay. So that's
because I'm very nimble.
I'm going to ask you to make a strength check then.
Okay.
So you got your little Wizards of the Coast die roller thing open?
I did. Hold on. Where did it go? Yes. Let me put it over here. Okay. Yep.
Okay. So the way most of these checks are going to work is you're going to roll 1d20.
Okay.
So all you have to do is look down there, see where it says D20. Put a 1 in front of that, which should be there by
It's
default.
there already.
And click roll.
Okay.
So hold on. So what's the result of your roll?
It's a 2.
Okay, that's not too good, but
Nope. Apparently it's not.
look on your character sheet now.
Yes. And what's my modifier?
What is your strength modifier?
It is a 2.
Okay, so that brings your total up to a whopping 4.
4.
So you hit that door and lose 1 vitality point. That door is too strong for you.
That is some bull pucky.
So on your character sheet,
Yeah.
where it says vitality, I see you have 10. See, it says 10 over 10.
Yeah.
The bottom is current vitality, so change that to 9. So the way health in this game works is you have vitality and wounds. The combined total of those is like your total health. Vitality points are very easy to heal with like med packs and stuff. Wound points, kind of like Star Wars, like Galaxies, will require a little bit more work to heal.
Can I heal myself since I have heal abilities? I don't want to do it right now because, I'm just a little winded from that.
You have, let's see.
I have the ability to heal another and heal self. No, that's a control.
Right.
That's a control feat. I don't have that.
Let's go. We gotta get the fuck out of here.
So no.
Good news, I can heal everybody else.
But if we look in your gear, you do have 1 med kit, which is used for curing wounds, and 2 med packs.
All right, well, I'll hold them. I'm just a little, I'm a little breathing a little heavy, like this.
Yep.
That's all. I'm okay.
So you bounce off the door. You're a little bit shaken by the fact that that door still stood.
Alright, let's go in here. I need to
So what do you want to try
Can I
now?
grumble about it?
Sure, you grumble.
Grumble with anger, grumble. Okay, so now let's see. Can I use force skills? Wait, I have a force skill where I can move objects.
yeah.
So
I
can
was
I
just,
like?
kept on
I
shooting
want to
and it
use
wasn't
my
fucking
my
unloading. I'm
my
just like,
force
alright,
skill
fucking
to actually try to move blocks out of my way.
Move what sort of blocks?
The door blocks or whatever it is, the crumbliness. What's it made out of?
It's
Concrete?
still no. Well, just kind of rock. It's not really crumbly. It's still in one big piece. It's just like
Oh.
it seems like something that you might not have the skill to move yet.
Yeah, I might not be strong enough then. So I guess I will, at this point, try my trusty training saber.
Okay.
Okay, and
I can't promise that
I am going to wield it at this door like this door has never seen a saber in its history wielded
Alright.
at it.
Roll another d20. You're basically making a melee attack against the door now.
Alright, here I go. Melee. Ready?
Yep.
Rolling. 6.
Okay, so now let's look at your character sheet again,
Yep.
where it says attack rolls on the first page. You should have melee with a total.
Yeah.
What's the total?
2.
So add that to your roll and you get a
Dude had a big
8.
gun on the
This is
levels.
like a test for basic math. Thank God I graduated.
Yep. Alright, luckily the 8 is enough to damage the door.
Whew.
So, now we have to see how much damage you do to the door.
Oh my goodness.
So look below at the attack rolls at your weapons.
Southwest of the city.
How much
Yes.
damage does your training saber do?
It does a 1d8.
Okay, so go back to your die roller.
Yep. Roll a 1d8.
Roll 1d8.
8.
There you go. The door
Score!
crumbles in front of you. And beyond the door, you can see there is another door.
Master Kyle, I do not like him anymore. Now I know why there are training feats to get into this Jedi-ness.
So you definitely use the map, though. Something that I'm going to try and do is everything that you see on the map, unless I say otherwise, is actually there. So there may be something else in this little hallway that I didn't say that is also in the room.
Okay. So I will peer around in the hallway because I'm aggravated that there is yet another door.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know if there's anything in the room around me.
Good. You do. On the right wall, you see a control panel.
I see it, actually. I'm going to blow it up.
There are 4 buttons on the control panel.
Okay.
The top 2, they're arranged, in like a square. 2 on the
Yeah.
2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. The
Okay.
2 top ones have arrows pointing out, and the 2 on the bottom have arrows pointing in.
Okay. Is the electricity still working at this abandoned temple?
You can't tell. It
Oh
appears
my
to be powered
goodness.
down.
Well, see, this is like the difference between men and women, because like I respect the fact that there are buttons. You guys would walk over and just start banging on the buttons. So I'm afraid to touch the buttons. But I guess maybe buttons will open doors. Okay, let's see. If there are buttons that point out and buttons that point in, that might be that I can press them and they'll open some doors somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to press the buttons that point out.
Okay. Well, let me explain. So there are, like I said, 4 buttons. The top left button
Yeah.
is an arrow pointing left.
Yeah.
The top right button is an arrow pointing right.
Mm-hmm.
The bottom left button is an arrow pointing right, while the bottom right button is an arrow pointing left. So the 2 on the bottom are facing towards each other,
Yeah, I know.
and the 2 on the top are facing away from each other.
All right, so I'll start with the left button.
Top or bottom.
Top.
Okay, you press the top left button, and you hear the door in front of you make a noise, but it does not move.
Okay. Then I would press the right top button.
You press the top right button, and nothing happens. It doesn't even light up.
Oh, so then I would press the bottom left button.
You press the bottom left button, and the door in front of you slides open.
Great.
We're making a very rock-on-rock, like,
Oh no,
kinda
don't do that. That
noise.
hurts my teeth. Do I have teeth as a twi'lek? That
You
would
do,
All right.
as it slides open. Beyond this door, a hole in the roof, in the ceiling of the temple, shines light down into a very pristine courtyard that looks undisturbed, as it's very contradictory to the dilapidated hangar that you were just in. It looks very almost as if someone has been keeping it, like upkeeping or whatever, taking care of it.
Okay.
There are 4 pools of water, or two pools that seem to form 4 different diamond shapes, with spires in the center of each of them.
Okay.
You also see 3 statues of different Jedi, each in different poses, and each statue seems to be holding something.
Oh. Well, I guess the first thing I would do is I'm going to walk up to the Jedi that's right in front of me.
All right, actually, I'm going to stop you. When you get to about here, you hear a strange flapping noise to your right and see 2 Minok coming towards you.
I run back out through the door and close it.
I'm going to have
behind
to
me.
stop you there because you are now in combat.
Oh my I have to kill the Minox. Fine. My Saber's already out, and I'm gonna beat them to death.
Okay. So, what happens, the very first thing we do when you're in combat is we roll for initiative to determine who gets to go in what order.
Okay.
So you're going to roll another d20.
Okay.
Go ahead.
18. Woo!
Nice. And look on your character sheet
Yeah.
for your initiative.
Yep. My modifier
Yep.
is a 3, so it's 21.
Okay. So you were going first, and then the two Minox.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll what?
So now that we're in combat, we have actual rules as far as movement and different things go. Instead of going over all of the rules with you, we will address them as we come to them. But what's most important to know right now is that the normal movement distance for a medium-sized player, which you are, is 10 meters or 5 spaces. So each of these grids is supposed to be a 2 by 2 meter square.
Okay.
So you can move up to 5 meters. Now, if you want to move more than that, you can run,
There's one next to me. There's a guy.
but you cannot attack if you run, basically.
Okay. I'll just walk.
Alright, so what you can do, you can move up to your movement speed and attack, or you can attack and then move up to your movement speed, but you cannot move 2 spaces, attack, and then move 3.
Okay. So I think what I would do here, since I'm a little far away from him, is I'm going to move the 3 spaces right next to him, and then I'm going to attack him.
Okay, diagonals actually only count as 1 in this.
Oh, alright,
So,
then
yep.
2 spaces.
Yep. So go ahead and
Okay.
move wherever you want to, right there, okay? Now what happens, since you moved into an adjacent space around an enemy, they get what's called an attack of opportunity. It's basically a free attack on you for entering their threat area.
Oh, well. Bring it on, Minoc boy, bring it on.
I wouldn't worry. They're Minox. They're not, it's not like you're facing Rancors or anything. But
Oh, I'm sure they're here.
okay, so I'm going to tell you, the Minoc rolled a 7 on his attack roll.
Okay.
So the reason I'm telling you that is so you kind of get how this combat works. Now you're going to look on your character sheet for your defense.
Yeah.
What's your defense?
My total number?
Mm-hmm.
15.
Okay, so since the 7 does not beat the 15, he missed you.
That's right, he did.
Alright, so it's still your turn.
Okay, so I'm attacking.
Right. So we're going to do the same thing you did for the door. So what's your melee attack bonus?
It
Yeah, we
is
gotta go. There's more of them.
an attack bonus?
Yep, the total.
Total is 2.
Alright, so you roll a d20 and add that.
I rolled a 16, so it's 18.
Alright, so you hit that Minoc. So now you have to roll damage, which is based
Okay.
on your weapon.
And I don't know where that is.
Below your attack bonus.
I didn't get any points because he was the first.
Oh,
one.
a D18.
You being shot at?
1d8. Good try.
1d8, sorry.
So roll 1d8.
Yep, I got a 6.
You killed him.
You are dead, Birdie!
So that Minoc falls to the ground in a floop, like flop with the wings.
Well, luckily, I probably just, cauterized him with my burning saber, so I don't have to worry about Minoc goo.
Nope, no Minoc goo.
Okay.
Alright,
Now it's
So-
Minoc 2's turn.
that is the end of the of your turn. So Minoc 2 is going to close in on you. And guess what? You get an attack of opportunity because he entered your threat range.
All right, buddy.
So go ahead and roll a d20
D20 roll is 15.
plus
What was it?
your melee attack bonus.
2.
So
17.
perfect, you hit. And then rolled the 1d8 for damage.
2.
Unfortunately, he's still alive. But
Oh.
he's hurt. He
Okay.
made a little shriek. Exactly. That's good. I might have you do that again. All right, not too many times. You're waking the dogs up.
I am actually. She just jumped up over the couch.
All right, so the Minoc is still alive. He lunges at you with his teeth and rolls a 4, which I do not believe is higher than your defense.
No, because it's a 15.
Right, so he missed. So it's your turn again. Now, I will say, not that you want to do this in this situation, but just for future reference, if you attempt to leave melee combat with a target, they also get an attack of opportunity.
Oh.
So if you wanted to attempt to flee right now, he would get a free attack on you.
Okay.
There is a feat that you can get through when you level up called acrobatics that will allow you to do that, to leave without.
I'm gonna be amazing.
Yep.
I grow up to be a big twi'lek.
All right. So what do you want to do?
I wanna kill him. He like came at me.
Yep. And you know he's already wounded.
Yeah, he's going down.
All right. Go ahead and roll d20.
12 plus 2.
That's good enough. Roll d8.
3.
And that's a total of 5, which was his health, and he dies.
Goodbye, Moinoc.
All right. So you have conquered the 2 Minocs that were lurking in the courtyard.